Hello everyone and welcome back to Teacup Tarot. And in today's video, we are going to be looking into messages that your spirit guide and beings of light want to get into your experience. As usual, you have 4 piles in front of you. Please make sure you take your time before selecting a pile that really calls to you. And if you're called to pick more than one pile, then of course you're welcome to do that as well. Once you're done with your selection, we shall start with the very first pile, which is pile 1. Hello, and if you've picked pile 1, then these are the messages that you're meant to receive at this point of time. Now, the very first thing that is coming across is you've done this before. You've lived on the earthly plane before, but you've also walked a spiritual path before. And because you have walked a spiritual path before, you are an old soul. An old soul who knows so much more than others. A spiritual soul which has sort of walked the path of spirituality before. So that really puts you in a huge place of advantage, but also in a place of disadvantage sometimes in life. Because what happens is, because you are an old soul, there is a possibility you meet people who may not be as advanced as you are. And because of which what happens is, anytime in your relationships, in your interactions, you are a person who's always giving. You are a person who's always more understanding. A soul which is much more deeper, a soul which is much more advanced in its knowledge, advanced in its being is what is coming forth. Okay, so this may seem a little unfair to you sometimes, but it is just the way it is meant to be. Okay, and that is because you are on this earthly plane not only to experience a different dimension this time, but it is also to lead other people to a different dimension in your experience. Okay, that's coming forth. Now what's important is, because you have lived on the earthly plane before, your action, your movement have to be sort of in a flow. You've done this before, so you need to remember the lessons of your past life is what is coming through. And how can we learn the message of the last lifetime? It's to still yourself, is to sometimes have a past life regression. So getting a past life regression will really help you progress on your path during this lifetime. But if that is not possible for you, just sit within yourself and ask yourself, what lessons have I already mastered? And how those mastered lessons can help you in this lifetime. What it will do is, as you understand those lessons of your previous lifetimes, your journey in this lifetime will become so much more easier. Because what is important for you is to grow out of the lessons of the previous lifetimes and run into a new lesson. Okay, so be very graceful when it comes to your movement. Flow when it comes to your life is another message that is also coming through. Again, the movement thing, the shape shifting thing. Now it is very important for you to adapt yourself to this lifetime. See, what happens is, if you've lived on this earthly plane before, it definitely must have been in a previous time. Okay, it's like 1800, 1900, the times are different and the times are changing. So if you've lived in a different dimension, this is like the 1700, 1800 time, you have to understand that those times were different and these times are now different. Okay, so it is important for you to shift your perspective according to this lifetime, and especially because what is happening, our planet is in itself undergoing a lot of transformation. So it is important to adapt yourself according to the changing frequencies. Your previous frequencies that you're operating in right now will not work for you, especially because you've lived before. So the challenge for you is so much more different. For a person who's lived in like 1800s, for a person who's lived in the 1700s, this dimension is going to sound so much different, right? So it is important for you to adapt to the energies of the now. Okay, that is what is coming forth. Now, it is important for you to forgive. Okay, it's important for you to have compassion towards people who may not be as advanced as you are. Okay, see, what's important for you to remember is, especially because you've chosen the honeybee spirit to work with you. If you've seen a honeybee always goes from flower to flower, taking the essence of each flower, and the essence of each flower is the best of each flower. Every flower has parts which are damaged, but you never ever see a honeybee taking the damaged parts. Exactly the same lessons apply to people when it comes to your life. Okay, when you interact with people, just take the positive experiences and leave the negative experiences. See, when we deal with people, of course we come across negative experiences, well, but forgive, forget, let it be. Just leave that particular flower to that experience, because people are like flowers. Flowers, different flowers. So make sure you remember that. Okay, just take the beautiful parts out of people, remember the positive experiences, and leave the others. Okay, that's very, very important for you to remember, especially at this point of time, because what's important for you is the people who come into your existence, the people who come into your experiences are people who actually mirror things to you, especially mirror things that you have given out in the previous lifetimes. And especially that is the reason why the very first card has chosen to show up for you. Okay, that you've lived on this dimension before. In fact, what is going to happen for you is a lot of people that you meet in this lifetime are people who you have met previously, especially those relationships that were unhealed. You'll meet those people again. So this time it is important that since you are on the receiving end of negative things from them, it is important for you to forgive, forget, and just nullify things. Because if you react negatively, you'll keep creating that karma, and you'll have to be reborn once again to sort of negate it once again. So any negative experiences, especially in your relationships, forgive, forget, and just remember that you are a spiritual being and that your job is to just forgive, so that you no longer meet the people that you've met previously, and you stop creating karma. Okay, please don't create extra karma for yourself. What you need to do, you need to pay attention to the very minute details, like things you do, things you say, or the way you behave. Sometimes sometimes what happens is we behave in a specific manner which is very different from anything that we've ever done before. The way we react to certain people is different from anything that we've done before, and the reason for that is it's because it's coming from a past life. It's no longer just you, it's certain behavioral traits that you've carried from previous lifetimes. Okay, that's continuing to show up in this lifetime as well. So you need to be aware about every little action that you do. Okay, everything that comes to you, you need to be very, very mindful of it. Okay, there are certain gifts you carry from your previous lifetimes as well, along with certain behavioral patterns. So be aware of what those gifts are. You intuitively know what you've carried on from a previous lifetime. Okay, and maybe that is something that you're naturally good at. For example, some people are just gifted painters, or some people are just very good with writing. So what happens is sometimes these gifts are gifts you've carried on from previous dimensions, along with the challenges which for you in this earthly plane during this point of time are your relationships. Keep remembering the message of the honeybee spirit, because that is most important for you right now. Okay, now remember something. See, anytime we leave our earthly existence, anytime we go from this earthly plane, we only remember love. For example, if you have like 5 minutes to die, what will you do? You'll definitely want to go back to people you love and tell them that you love them. Especially you may want to go to people that you've not spoken to in a very long time, like a family member perhaps, because in the end it's all about love. In the end, it's all about our relationships. So make sure in this lifetime, because you have been given the human existence once again, your lesson in this lifetime is to master love, and to keep remembering that in this lifetime and in every lifetime, what remains is love and only love. So remember, no matter what people give you in this lifetime, leave them with love. Leave every person you meet with love, because honestly, love is the only thing that matters. Okay, and the reason why all of this is happening in your life is you have support. You have support from your spiritual team, but you also have a lot of support from certain saints. Okay, if you worship a particular saint, then that saint's energy is always assisting you. The energy of that saint is always guiding you, because of which initially I used to call this reading messages from your spirit guides. But of late I've been sensing that it's not just your spirit guides, but it is also the energy of saints. For some people, it is also the energy of a star seed family. So in your case, you also have a group of spiritual team that is assisting you, consisting not only of your spirit guides, but also certain saints. Maybe these saints are saints that you worshipped not in this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes. And the relationship between a saint, like an ascended master, and a student is one that crosses dimensions. Okay, and because of which that blessing continues to be a part of your lifetime this time as well. Okay, so remember that you're blessed. You have a lot of helpers helping you during this lifetime to master the lesson. And I will tell you, if you have to take anything from this reading, is your life purpose is to realize that only love matters, and to leave your relationships happier, to resolve your relationship karma. That is your life purpose during this time, and that is your one true destiny. Alright, I'll leave you with that. I wish you the best. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've chosen pile 2, then these are the messages that you're meant to receive at this point of time. Now, what's interesting for you, pile 2, is that you've already crossed a portal, which is something we spoke about a couple of weeks before. And what's interesting is, as soon as this is for you, you are now about to enter another portal. So your gifts are really rapidly moving from that one stage to another. And what happens is, anytime you are ready to cross a portal, you always have an energy flux. So if an energy flux is happening, you may feel up and down sometimes when it comes to your energy levels. It's okay. It's just your energy being, just getting used to a new dimension. See, what happens is, anytime a new doorway is opening, the energy changes, because the energy from the other side of the portal is carrying forth into the energy of this side of the portal. So any ups and downs when it comes to your energy, understand it's normal. And anytime this is happening to you, go back to your mat, your yoga mat, your little corner where you practice meditation. But at this point of time, meditation, spiritually, being in communication with your team, all of that is very, very important, because your gifts are sort of proceeding to the next level. Your spiritual level is really growing. You are sort of moving from that first level to the next level. Your gifts will improve rapidly, but that comes with a certain price, and that is a little bit of energy fluctuation. So let it happen. Don't worry about it. Your spiritual team will take care of you. Your job is just to focus on meditation and your own spiritual practices. Now, there is one thing that you need to do as you're going forth into your experiences. Now you have a very tough job to do, and that is to accept that sometimes you may not be right. Okay, and even if you are a person who's right all the time, because you are very rational, you take everything into consideration, understand sometimes it's okay to be wrong in the other person's eyes. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Right now, the only thing that is important for you guys is to maintain peace, to maintain that energy levels, keep it steady. Don't let people trigger you at this point of time, because what happens is, anytime that energy of that portal opens, your energy are anyway little bit wonky, if I may call it. And if somebody says something to you, you get triggered immediately. You may be the calmest, coolest person at all times, but because of the portal energy, right now it is important to let go of your need to be right and just to maintain peace, because peace is very important for your own well-being, nobody else's well-being at this point of time. Okay, remember, your gifts are progressing, so the need to be calm is very, very, very important for you right now. Let the other person be right. It doesn't change anything. Okay, keep that in mind, please. Now, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go where your life is taking you at this point of time. Just keep putting one step in front of the other. Okay, that's only your job. Be like the waterfall. Waterfall and water, in fact, is something that is so very important. Water makes way for itself. Okay, even the toughest obstacle in its path, it'll make way for itself. And that's exactly how your life should proceed. Understand, if you come across something that is stopping your path, you will find a way. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other and you'll make way for yourself. Don't try so hard. Don't try so hard. Life is not meant to be tough, and your life especially, it's not meant to be tough at all. You're gifted anyway. Okay, remember that. You're gifted anyway. You're protected anyway. Your life is being guided beyond anything that you ever realize, okay? Because the forces that are overseeing your journey are very powerful forces. So your job is just to keep flowing, okay? Maintain peace, keep flowing, go with the flow. Meditation, chanting is very, very important for you at this point of time. Remember that. Now, I believe pile 2, this is a message that I've delivered before and it has come across once again. So remember, this is very important. Maintain a consistent spiritual practice. Don't keep changing things, okay? One day you feel like you need to follow this path, you walk that path. The other day you feel like, oh no, maybe I should try this, I'll get success here. Don't do that. Any path, every path will lead you to God. Just make sure you walk one path. What will happen is, if you just keep changing paths, in the end you'll end up lost, or you'll end up just giving up the entire process. And we've made so much progress, like literally over the past 1 year we've made a lot of progress. So make sure you don't lose it. Be focused, be faithful to whichever path that calls to you at this point of time, and stick to it. Okay, please stick to one path. That's what I'm going to tell you. Now, what's important for you at this point of time is, a lot of emotions are now going to come up to the surface. Let them come. It's okay. Let them come. What's happening is, the repressed parts of your soul, the regressed memories that you're holding back, they're just going to come to surface. Accept them, witness them, write them down. Maybe write a letter where you're releasing certain things, if that is something that is called to you. So just let emotions come forth to you. Be vulnerable. If you can trust a friend and speak whatever is coming forth from your heart, because those words need to come out of your heart right now, because whatever is within needs to be empty. Why does it need to be empty? Because Spirit wants to fill those empty spaces with nothing but blessings, nothing but gifts. Okay, your heart especially needs to heal right now. Okay, so anything that has been holding you back, anything that is really stopping you, chaining you, especially memories, tough memories from your childhood is also something that I'm getting for a couple of you. Let them come, release them, let them go. Forgive people. Forgiveness right now is the most important thing that you can do for yourself, for nobody else. Okay, so vulnerability is something that is coming forth. Okay, accept things. Bad things have happened to you. Bad things happen, they happen, and bad things happen to you specifically so that you could learn. See, what is important for you guys to remember, pile 2, is you're meant to be sort of a guide to a lot of people. So unless you know suffering, you'll never be able to understand what true suffering, true pain truly feels like. In which case, how would you ever help somebody else? The only reason your life has been painful, it's because you understand somebody else's pain better and help them in the process. Okay, that's something you need to remember at this point of time. Your gifts are really, really going to progress. You have the card of the Oracle of Delphi. So especially your intuitive guidance, the messages that you get, they're going to be very much stronger. Okay, which is why it is so important for you to stick to one spiritual practice, because your path is that of one master, one spiritual master. Recognize him. Okay, recognize him. He's helping you. He's been around you for a very long time, and he is the reason that you have gifts in your life. Remember that. So just follow one master, because you're about to enter that next level of spiritual blessing is what is coming forth. He's preparing you. Don't, leave this path midway. Triggers, like I was highlighting here, now especially since the portal has come forth again in front of you, you're going to be triggered. So anytime you feel like you want to give a reaction, ask yourself, why am I being triggered? What point of me is being triggered? What is it that I still cannot manage? Because these questions, the question of why, is very important at this point of time. So anything that is triggering in your life is honestly a blessing. A blessing because you learn from it. Remember that. So just ask yourself time and again, especially sometimes you feel like anger is coming up, repressed emotions are coming up. Ask yourself, why is this coming? And what part of myself is this highlighting to me? What part of myself is still unhealed? Okay? Because only parts of us that are unhealed usually trigger stuff. Okay? So the why is very, very important at this point of time. And the last one is, we are all mirrors. So any person who's triggering you is actually your guru in a disguise. Okay, because that person is honestly doing you the greatest amount of favor by triggering you. Okay, so any person who comes to you and triggers you, in your heart, bless that person, because that person is almost your guru, almost your guides showing up in a human form. Okay, and remember something, we are all one and the same person. We are all the same energy. We come from one source. Otherwise, how are you going to explain that this one video that I do helps so many people at the same time? Like, there are hundreds of people that select pile 1, there are hundreds of people who select pile 2, hundreds who select pile 3, but still every person resonates with that message. Some don't, because my path and their path are not the same, but there are still hundreds of people who do. It's because we are all walking each other home. We are just the same energy in different bodies. Okay, so anytime a person triggers you, remember that they are here to help you in your spiritual journey. And you definitely, I'm sure, will meet a lot of people. Bless them, thank them, because they are important in your spiritual journey at this point of time. Remember, one thing you need to really remember is, it's okay not to be right all the time. You don't have to prove anything to everybody, anything to anybody, one person, two people, group of people. It doesn't matter. In the end, it's between you and your creator. Yeah, I'll leave you with this. Be very mindful, pile 2. The second portal is very, very close. Be like water. Okay, be like water. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've picked pile 3, then these are the messages that you're meant to receive at this point of time from your spirit guides and other beings of light. Firstly, you need to let go of control. You need to let go of those shackles that hold you back. Don't try and influence each and everything. Don't try to control life, because life doesn't work that way. Okay? It's you who need to adjust to life. Remember that. At this point of time, especially in your spiritual experience, you need to let go. Let go and see where life takes you, because honestly, at this point of time, life is in charge. Your spirit guides are in charge. God is in charge. So let these amazing beings be in charge of your life. Trust them and let them go. They're taking you exactly where you're meant to be. They are in your life for a specific reason. Okay, remember that. Just let go and let God, as they say. That's very, very important for you at this point of time, because what's happening is, you need to change the way you look at things. You need to be very, very flexible, pile 3, especially in the upcoming months. Especially what I'm getting here is 3 months, to be specific. You need to change the way you think drastically. Okay, so make sure you let go of that control, because what is happening, your life is taking you in a specific direction. You need to walk that path, but sometimes what happens is, you resist things, you resist change. Nobody in this lifetime has ever been able to resist change. Don't try it. Okay, it's very important for you to change the way you're looking at life at this point of time. Remember, blessings want to come into your lifetime. Yeah, you meant to walk an entirely different path than the one you're currently walking. I don't know if you guys consistently choose pile 3, but in one of my previous readings, I said, you may be feeling slightly an energy flux. The energy flux is basically because lot of things need to change. So that, energy flux was just the beginning. And right now, you're fully being asked, release control. Release control. Life knows exactly where it wants to take you. Okay, see, one thing that's really important for you at this point of time, put on some music. Put on music, especially mantras. Mantras are really, really powerful. Any deity that you like, anyone, because music is really going to help you. You know what music does is it sets you free. It sets you free. So listen to the music that puts you in that higher level vibration. Drumming, especially, if you can listen to drumming, that really puts you in an altered state of mind. And that's really important for you. But again, healing mantras. You really, really need to listen to mantras at this point of time. What I'll do is I'll leave one specific mantra in, in the description box down below, so that, you'll sort of get into the groove is what I'm getting at. Yeah, your energies need to ease. You need to be easy. You need to make the process easy. It's not meant to be so difficult. Let go. Yeah, see, you have blessings. See, what is happening is, a different dimension is being connected into your life right now. That energy channel needs to open once again. Because what has happened is, I don't know why, but since my last reading, I just feel like you may have undergone some transformations in your life, because of which that connection with the source is slightly shaky, and we need to have it strong once again. Yeah, and it is going to get stronger, because you have the beautiful rainbow showing up for you. Also, I'm getting an energy of a past loved one here. A grandfather figure is coming through this time. Okay, a grandfather figure. But this particular grandfather figure, or this male figure, if I put it, this person, you've not known him in this lifetime. Like possibly he passed away before you were born. But still, that love is still there. This can be for a very specific person, but this is from the mother side of the family. You've not met this person, but this person is like a part of your spiritual team. He's assisting you. You've not met this person from your mother side of the family. Okay, just remember that. And if you can, ask your mother, your grandmother, I think that will be really, really helpful. Because that person is coming forth with a very beautiful energy. And I have a child here again. And this energy of a child is there, which is very beautiful. Okay, curly haired child. Yeah, so those are the energies that are coming through. Again, we will not digress, but you have a lot of blessings coming through. But that channel with the other dimension wants to be strong again. Okay, that's what is coming through. What you need to do is trust. Yes, you just need to trust. You need to trust your spirit guides to lead you exactly where you're meant to be. You need to loosen up, you guys really need to loosen up. See, what is happening is, it's not just another realm, but the Akashic field, information from the Akashic field. Access to the information from the Akashic field is going to happen when it comes to your life. That's what is opening up. And the Akashic field is unlimited information from the other dimension. Okay, that's what's coming through. Okay, but for this to be activated, for your, with this connection needs to happen, you need to let go. Because this is beyond you. This is beyond your conscious levels, Because see, there are some things that we cannot make it happen, because we are still on the earthly plane. So when things like that are meant to happen, it's best to sort of let go of that charge, Let your spirit guides do the thing for you. Because you have a strong connection with the other realm. Okay, very, very strong. And because of which the Akashic field wants to open up for you. Now, this really makes sense, especially since you had the music showing up. You have devotion. devotion. And especially when it comes to Hinduism, Hindus always believe in worship through devotion, through songs. If that is something that calls to you, you really, really should be doing it. Mantra worship is again very important, but just devotional songs of worship. And not just Hinduism, I know a lot of other cultures also have that singing aspect, the singing aspect of worship. That needs to happen, but it needs to come from within. I'm also getting singing in the light language for a couple of you, being able to sing in the light language. That is also coming through. If you have that gift, then that is something you really, really need to sort of develop. Let those sounds come through you because they are waiting to come through you. And that will only happen when you tune in. You just need to tune in, and you need to do your spirit guides to do the rest of the work. Okay? Let that music come through you. Listen to it. There are a lot of beautiful creators on YouTube who are aware of how to channel the light language. Listen to them. Listen to them, please. Okay? Maybe there's something within you that will resonate very deeply to those sounds. That is what is coming through here for you. Okay? And the last one for you is, you're coming into your own power. You're really coming into your own power here. You have Lady Sekhmet, which is like a very, very, very powerful figure. Again, the message is giving voice to things, channeling it via music. That's what is coming through for you guys. Either way, it's very strong position to be in. And that's only happening because your spirit guides are bringing that into your experience, and beings from the other side, beings of the light, want to gift you with that experience. Your job is just to let go and just to keep that channel of music open. That's what you need to do. The blessings will pour in, but you don't have anything to do with it. Your spirit guides will assist you with it. That's what is coming for you. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've chosen pile 4, then these are the messages that you're meant to receive at this point of time. Now, you guys are empaths. You absorb the energy of others. Sometimes positive energies, but mostly negative energies. And you need to remember that this is something that has become a part of your nature. Like, you don't even understand you're doing that, but it happens to you. Somebody else is like going through an emotional breakdown, you absorb it. You watch something on TV, you absorb it. See, what's happening is, if you keep absorbing things at this rate, your own energies will suffer. Please be very, very mindful of the fact that this is happening to you. First thing, you need to cleanse your aura every single day. And once you've cleansed it, please protect it. Shielding is very, very important for you at this point of time. Okay? So every day, from the time you wake up, you just pray to your guides to create an energy shield around you. An energy shield of light, so that only positive experiences can reach you. Because you're absorbing too much negativity. One thing I need to remind you of it, please don't be party to such things. Especially make sure you're very careful about what you watch on television. Be very careful of what you watch, in terms of news, when it comes to shows, anything. Because that really gets you and really gets under your skin, It really makes sense in this context. If you're listening to somebody, it's great to listen to the other person. Don't absorb that energy, because that's something that really, really happens to you. And it's happened before as well. It's happened before. It happens. It keeps happening. You don't learn from it. See, what is happening for you is, your energy is pure. It's very, very pure. And what happens is, anytime you have a pure energy, you sort of invite these energy vampires. You invite people who have like lower dimensional energies. You need to stop that, right? Because it's starting to hurt you at this point of time. Please be careful of that. See, I know you want to do good in the world. It's beautiful to do good in the world. Very, very beautiful. It marks that you have a beautiful spirit, but protect yourself at least. Okay? Be very conscious. Promise me today that once you wake up in the morning, the first thing you'll do, you'll ask your spirit guides to protect your energy field. That's the very first thing you need to do. At the end of the day, make sure you're cleansing your aura. Once again, pray to your spirit guides to protect you and just protect your energy. And thank them for everything that they do for you. Because at this point of time, it's only your guides and beings of light who can help you. Okay? Remember that. You guys are advanced souls, I understand. But it's getting too much. Yeah? Shaman, for a couple of you, it may actually help you if you visit a shaman. Okay, if that is a person that is easily accessible to you, you should really do that. Okay, see, understand something. You don't always have to physically go to a person. Sometimes, our ascended masters who have been shamans previously are always available to us, because they are a part of our spiritual team as well. And especially they are a part of yours, because since it's shown up in your reading. So anytime you feel like your energies are slightly feeling wonky, pray to the energy guide of the spirit who's helping you, and ask his blessing to clear those negative vibes that are surrounding you, because that's happening too much at this point of time. Okay, but again, I'm really telling you, in the next couple of months, you will meet a shaman physically. A visit to a shaman is meant to happen for you. Remember that. It's just there for your highest good for you. This person is going to be placed in your path. Since the energy of a shaman is already there when it comes to your spiritual experience, you're going to meet a person physically who's just like that. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, one thing that you need to remember is, what happens is, your nature, your spirit guides, they communicate with you like telepathically. Anytime you sort of meet a person, you sort of have that instinct that goes inside you. Like, those bells that ring, okay, this is happening, you need to realize this is happening, because that's what your guides are telling you. That they keep giving you signs, but you keep missing them. You need to be mindful of them. Okay? And anytime you're making a choice when it comes to your life, remember they are giving you signs. They're giving you signs, but you're not understanding it. So what you need to do, anytime you don't understand signs, you make a sign with the spirits. You tell them that, okay, anytime you want to help me, just bring a butterfly in my experience, or bring a hawk in my experience, or bring anything specific in my experience. If that happens, I'll realize that this is a sign from you. See, because it's okay not to understand their signals, okay? Because they don't really speak to us, like we speak to each other. So anytime you feel like you're missing signs, make a sign yourself. Yeah? Remember that a little bit. Now, what's important for you is to keep raising your energy. Keep raising your own energy, especially since you're absorbing so much. Raise your energy. And how do you do that? You do that by just being a child. You should never ever stop being a child, because children are the only people who know how to have fun. In fact, if you have somebody close to you, a young child, spend time with them. Spend time playing with them, because that's like the best energetic recharge you can ever get. But if not, just go back to your own childhood. Ask yourself, what did I enjoy? If you enjoyed painting, start painting again. If you enjoyed riding a bicycle, start it again. If you just enjoyed chasing butterflies, do it again. Who's stopping you? But that childish energy, that playful energy, that fun energy needs to come back, because that is one thing that will really, really help you raise your vibrations. Children are the most highly energetic beings. Okay, they're the highest level of energetic beings, because I'm sure you are aware, but really young children, especially children like under the age of 2, they're actually able to see spirits because they're so pure. Their being is so pure, and that's exactly the way you are supposed to be. Yeah, so go back to your childhood, go back to being a child. It's like the best thing ever. Yeah, or be around children, that will automatically make you a child. Yeah. Now, one thing that's so important for you to remember is, see, in a previous lifetime, you yourself have been a shaman. You yourself have been a shaman, which is why you already have a shaman in your spiritual dimension assisting you. And what happens is, anytime you've lived a shamanic life before, of course, you carry forth those blessings with you, you carry forth certain gifts with you. But what that does is, it sometimes interferes with your ability to live right now. At this point of time, what is happening when it comes to your experiences, you may be struggling slightly. You may sometimes feel like you just should leave this and just go and live the life of a shaman, or go join the shamans, or live the life of an ascetic, or just live the life of a hermit. That may happen to you. And other times you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy being a family person, I'm so happy buying things, I'm so happy shopping at the mall. So this is that duality, and the only reason that has happened is because you've lived the life of a shaman before, you've lived the life of a hermit before. You've been somebody who's probably lived a monastic life before, and that is why this struggle. Sometimes you're like very happy in the material realm, other times you're like, I want to leave this, I just want to leave this and go. The duality is for that particular reason. You've lived the life of a shaman before, but on this physical plane, in this experience, you're meant to live the life of a householder. A householder plus a shaman. Spirituality plus practicality. Both things in this lifetime need to go together. That is your life purpose. But since you've lived a previous lifetime differently, certain things remain. And see, a free life is always a beautiful life. Okay? And that life still calls you sometimes. The pull is still there. It's okay, let it be there. Anytime you feel like that way, thank the stars that you lived the life of a shaman before. Okay? Thank it. Just thank it. But again, remind yourself that you're here for a reason. You're here because you're meant to learn certain lessons, and you're meant to assist others. Okay? Remember that. It's okay to feel like you belong in both worlds, because honestly, you do. Okay? Empaths, once again, you guys are empaths. Okay? See, the reason why you are empaths is also very significant here is, see, anytime you have a shamanic life, especially since you've lived a shamanic life before, you've helped other people. You've helped them get rid of their demons. Actual demons, and even otherwise, emotional demons. And what is happening is, this time as well, you pulled so deeply to that life again. It's like you consciously, absorb those things. Anytime we absorb something from the other person, that person becomes free of it. But we are low. Okay? Understand why this is happening to you? You've lived the life of a shaman before. So this absorbing comes with that life, It's something that you've carried on from that life. But you are no longer a shaman. You are an earthly person this time. What you need to do is ground those energies. Just ground those energies. Anytime you feel like you've taken up too much, go back to being the hermit. Hermit who connects with nature, a shaman who connects with nature. Give back to nature that doesn't belong to you. Because nature is so much powerful than we are, right? Our Mother Earth is a mother for a specific reason. She takes away everything from us that doesn't belong to us, because she can process it so much better than you can. Yeah, remember that. So anytime you feel like your energies are struggling, go back to Mother Earth. Just sit with her. Experience the breeze, experience the sunlight, experience the moonlight, experience air, breeze, trees, flowers. Experience that. Let Mother Nature give you back that you've lost. Yeah, grounding, spending time with nature, very, very, very important. All right, remember that, please. Again, playfulness, being a child, very important for you. Very, very important for you. See, Maya is not going to leave her hold over you. Yeah, so you are not going back to the life of an aesthetic. Remember that. So when it is very clear that that is not going to happen, enjoy the play of Maya. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Feel the joy. Okay, feel the joy. I'm not talking in terms of material things. Okay, I'm not talking about buying 100 things for yourself. It's just enjoying the life of a human being. Enjoying the experiences that being a human being brings with it. Yeah, because Maya has chosen you. You have chosen Maya. You've both chosen each other. Because before you were born in this body, you had the choice. You've chosen these lessons. Now it is your job to learn them well. But enjoy the process, Why make it so difficult for yourself? You're always going to be a shaman. A shamanic life never leaves you. But you've chosen to become an earthly being. Enjoy that. Yeah, so indulge with the play of Maya this time. Laugh, have fun, go with the flow. And don't take what's not yours. Yeah, that belongs to Mother Earth because she's the only one who can handle it. Okay, I wish you the well. And yours has been the longest reading that I've done amongst all the piles. Yeah. Well, I enjoy talking and it's just been so much. It's just been so much this time. I'll leave you here. I'll see you in my next one.